Today, I'm going to talk about how AI affects the cybersecurity, application security world. A lot of people talk about like AI is taking a lot of our jobs, and there are a lot of layoffs happen in big companies. It's just because of an AI, but in reality, that's not true. Um, I talk to my colleagues as well over here in England and in the USA as well. I see like a lot more jobs nowadays as compared to the couple of years ago. If I talk about like an application security specific, when I if I compare it now with 2018 or 19, like there are very few jobs around that one, but now there are a lot of more jobs. And since the AI become more like popular and a lot of people knows about it, I see there are more jobs nowadays in a cybersecurity world as compared to the pre-AI world, I would say. So it's just like a myth around there are a lot of layoffs happen because of that AI thing. It depends on an individual industry as well. If you if you talk about specifically for the liquor industry, that is struggling nowadays anyways, because of the Gen Z shift from alcohol to be more like a health conscious, and the overall consumption of alcohol reduced like I think 8 to 10% in USA, and that shifts like happen across the world, like in a US, Canada, UK. So that is the one reason you will see less jobs in that specific industry. Obviously, like it's not like the company who made who produced that liquor. It's all the associated companies around it, like an agencies, media agencies, and all those have like less jobs because of industry, not because of the AI. Obviously, like AI helps you a lot in a cybersecurity. I think there are more jobs for it, and there are more ways you can upscale yourself to do better in AI world, and you can do same like amount of work in less hours using the AI. And obviously, like there are more jobs because of an AI as well, like um, security about the agents and all that stuff as well. So that is like one myth, and the second one I'm gonna talk about is the certifications and the career path. That is like kind of a very common question. If I talk about the graduates who are starting who are starting their career in a security, or they want to be in a security, or some other professionals who are in like some other fields of an IT and they want to switch to cybersecurity. They are not clear about it, like what path should we take, what certification should we take, and where to start with, to be honest. So there are different ways. I mean, there are a lot of videos on a YouTube. I'm sure like you will find about the certifications, which certification is for what. I do a separate video on the certifications, but today is just to give you guys like kind of a starting point. Um, like um, where should I start? Like shall I go for the certification, or shall I go for a training, or which course should I do, which area of the security I should go for. So all those, for the developer's perspective, I'm sure like if you want to go to the security, then application security is your like kind of a natural shift. You can go towards that area, and then there are a couple of certifications you can do which can enhance your knowledge and gives you the security perspective about the applications. If you are an architect, security architect is another domain you can move on. If you are working in a cloud environment like an infrastructure, then the cloud security is another shift you can do. So those are the kind of like a starting points depending on your career where you are. And if you are like a fresh graduate, or if you are in about to start your career in a security, then there are a lot of options for you. Let me show you one very good website in terms of the career where you are and where you want to go. I will add the link in description as well. This cyberseek.org. So they have like starting level roles, the mid level and the advanced level. So for example, if I want to become a cybersecurity specialist, what I need to do, and if I'm a cybersecurity specialist, where I can go next. So from the specialist, you can go to an analyst or consultant, or you can go towards the penetration and vulnerability testing as well. Um, In terms of penetration testing, I would say like if that's your passion and you really want to do like that kind of a one specific thing, it's good enough. But it is like kind of a very narrow focus thing, and if you, depending on like in your career where you are right now, if you are starting your career, it might be good to spend few months as a penetration tester and see how it works out. But I mean, that is like kind of a very specific role as well, and then if you scroll down, it gives you the top skills required at each level and what sort of a certification. They have a very good option over here like skills and certification. If you click on it, it gives you like a job title and what sort of certification and top skills you need, So for example, if I want to become a cybersecurity engineer, what certification might help? It does not mean you have to do all the certification which are on the left, but these are the certification um, um, you can go for it. And then the right side is the one which skill sets you need, like when you're doing those certification, definitely you learn about all these skills as well, but those are the areas where you need to excel. um, there's another thing I would like to mention in terms of um, starting your career or moving your career in a cybersecurity or application security world. um, I would say, like look at the LinkedIn, all the jobs that are posted over there. Find out what are the roles and responsibility, what sort of certifications nowadays people looking for, what are the nice to have kind of a things. Those nice to have kind of things, I would say sometimes like overtake the must haves. So that is very important, and obviously like as more and more companies using AI, so LLM based security things are very important nowadays. Talking about like the OWASP LLM10. So make sure you have a good understanding about those as well. And if you're not, start with basic and then move towards like the AI as well. The second one is AWS certification path. So in this instance, if for example, if I want to become a security specialist, what I need to do before becoming a security specialist, like in terms of a certification, like obviously like go with the basic one, cloud practitioner, AI solution architect, and then solution architect professional, and then you become the security specialist. So there is a paths available on AWS as well. One thing I would like to mention, don't spend too much time into shall I go with AWS or shall I go with the Google or shall I go with the Azure, shall I go with the CSSLP or some other certification. To be honest, let's start something. If I take myself like today, I'm going to start my thing in cybersecurity, application security. I honestly go with the cloud practitioner course. Every course gives you something, like you will learn some new skills. And it's not like if you're working in the application security, you don't need to know about the cloud is very important to get better understanding. And similarly, if you're working as a cloud engineer, you should know about the application security as well. So it's not like, obviously like your, there's the one area which is your like main I would say like the expertise, but there are a lot of other things you need to know about it as well. So start with something. If you keep looking into things and those short videos are that not gonna help you. And obviously like a lot of people talk about this certification as well, like shall I go for certification or shall I go for a course or whatever. Every course or certification helps you. When, including myself, when I was looking for a job, certifications helps me a lot because that gives me the understanding like what are the core requirements for it. When I did, let's have a look this ISC square as well. So this CSSLP course which I did from the application perspective, I think it's like one of the best certification available nowadays, because it gives you the core understanding about the security concepts, what is required, and how to implement security in an application. If you're starting your career, obviously, like you can go with the entry level cybersecurity. You don't need to look into CISSP or any other CSSLP. But if you're a developer who wants to move to application security, I would strongly recommend go with CSSLP. Even if you don't go for the certification, just go through the material. Like just go through the book. That gives you enough knowledge to start something with. And if you're already done with CSSLP, then you can go with the next one, which is the security architecture. That is like again a very good certification. You can go with that as well. Um, Don't waste your time again looking into a lot of stuff. Just start with something, and it's like it's kind of like a marathon. Like it's not a sprint. If you want your career in the cybersecurity, it's not like a sprint. It is a marathon. It's a long journey. You have to learn, but you have to start today to be somewhere you want to be in a 5 years time. And another tip I would like to give you guys: if you want to become like a BSO or CISO or whatever your ambitions are, go to LinkedIn, find those people, look at it, what they did, how they become a BSO, how they become a CISO, and then just follow their steps. To be honest, like if they go for some certification, let's have a look and see what those certifications are, what sort of roles they were in to become where they are right now. And then just like follow their steps, and just use your own thinking, and then their own mind as well. So these are all the career advice I can give you in 2026. But I will do a separate video on certifications for the starters and for those who are already in the cybersecurity and want to learn more about it. Hope you like this video. Hope you will learn something from it. If you like it, please press the subscribe button and bell icon. Thank you.